In this tutorial, I'd like to demonstrate how we can use the Analysis ToolPak in Excel to easily construct a correlation matrix. What I have here are data for 20 countries from the UN Development Program database for the year 2015. The variable in column B is average life expectancy at birth in years. The variable in column C is percent of the population that resides in an urban area. The variable in column D is public health expenditures as a percent of GDP. And lastly, the variable in column E is the average years of education. What we're going to do is use the Data Analysis ToolPak. So move the cursor up on top of data and left mouse button to open up the options. Come over to the grouping that's labeled Analysis, and I'm going to click on Data Analysis. To find then the correlation routine, we'll just scroll up to correlation, select that, and click OK. Now, as far as the input range, what this refers to is the columns that contain the data. So click on that icon that looks like a spreadsheet. And now I'm just going to click and drag, and these columns should be contiguous to one another. And you notice in the very first row I've selected the labels of each variable. Click back to get to this, and all I'm going to do is click on labels in first row. Click OK, and the default was to report then the correlation matrix as a separate sheet within this workbook. And right there we have a correlation matrix among those four variables. Let me do this one more time, and this time I'm going to choose an output that will be on the sheet where we currently have the data. So come up, click on the menu for data, data analysis, again correlation, and you notice it's the most recent within this session. It still has those options chosen. All I'm going to do is just change this to output range, and all we need to do here is to identify then a particular cell that will be the first cell of the output, the topmost left cell of the output. And I'm just going to type in here, let's say G3. Click OK, and you notice that very first cell there is G3, and now we've generated our correlation matrix and placed it right here on the worksheet that has the data itself. And the output here, you notice while it only shows the correlations to about 7 decimal points, or 6 decimal points rather, if we click on any one of those decimal points, you notice there's more precision that is reported, even though it's not displayed within the output.